start stream, and then we have to go to, yeah, there we go. Let's see, are we, oh shit, are we, let's see, I'm just waiting for it to, we're just sure that it's streaming. It says no data for at the moment. Why does it say that? We are streaming. That's weird. Do I have to choose something? No. Should just work. Why does it say we're not streaming?
Yeah.
Is nothing happening on the actual? Maybe it's just lagging. Wow. Oh, I'm not sure if I have a fast enough computer for this stuff.
Because you're screen sharing too?
Yeah, I have to do that as well. And
maybe you can share the sandbox with me, and then we have a live session.
Yeah, that could also be possible. But I'm just wondering why it doesn't. Why doesn't YouTube trigger? Like it doesn't get any stream for some reason.
To me, it works. For me, it works.
Does it show the stream?
Yeah.
On YouTube? Okay, maybe it's just a YouTube Studio then. That's for some reason not showing it. And let's see. I'll try to refresh and just. Yeah, but as long as the stream is running, everything's good. Yeah, it's nice. Weird. Like the YouTube Studio says no data.
Yeah, but I can see it. I saw it for like a split second, then I heard my own voice and I closed it.
Oh, okay. Okay, just let me double check here. Just feels awkward if I can't get any confirmation. Let's see. Okay.
Yeah, but I can see it.
Yeah, it's working. Okay. Anyways, yes, Ives, welcome. I have no idea what we're going to do. It's just to kind of do it, start a stream, and then I mentioned to you like there's this popular React library called Recall.js. And none of us knows anything about. So I thought we could check it out, try it out in Codesandbox. And then I read one article about well, maybe we should just go to the documentation first. Have you read any documentation on it?
Yeah, it was very interesting.
Yeah.
It was announced at React Europe, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. So you have this concept of atoms, and then you have what's this recoil root?
Maybe a provider.
But what does it provide? Yeah. So you have the atom, the character counter, and then you do the thing. Okay, I guess it does something related to use recoil state, and then it needs that provider for something. Maybe it's kind of for sharing atoms or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or maybe it handles the subscriptions or something. Yeah. So that's like an atom, and then you have a selector, which is like derived state.
Yeah, kind of like using this same as hooks. They get text state. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So you can use any kind of state in there, and then it will know what kind of state you use within the selector, and then only recalculate when that state changes.
Yeah, actually we use this concept in Cerebral, because in Cerebral you had to explicitly define your state dependencies beforehand. And then you kind of define the component, and then you will get those predefined state props as actual props in the component. But then we made it dynamic, And then we rather exposed a get. So you would like get and then the state path, and then you will kind of get that state, but it also fires up a subscription. So whenever that state path changes, it knows that you're interested in that update. So I guess it's the same here. Like it subscribes to the text state atom, and then whenever it changes, it runs this selector again.
That's really powerful. It's really powerful for heavy compute. Does Overmind does this as well?
Implicitly. So it just uses proxies, so you don't have to do this get thing. And also what I thought we could look at here, we can make it run first, but the thing is like you don't see it in the code here, but to actually use this text state, you have to import it in the component file, which is not ideal for testing and stuff like that. So I thought maybe we could try to provide them through a provider. So we kind of have
interesting.
Yes, we kind of abstract away the atoms. So we create our own hook where you kind of use atom or something. And then we use the use recoil state under the hood in the hook. And then it grabs it from some state tree of atoms that we have provided or something like that.
Yeah. And then the big challenge would be to make it work with types.
Yes, exactly. So that's the fun thing. Or fun is the wrong word.
Challenge.
But yeah, maybe we should get this running first. What was the name? Good. Is it like recoil? Yeah, recoil. Man. React and recoil. So it's a little bit laggy here, but it's because I'm running OBS. I'm running Zoom. I'm sharing my screen on Zoom. Wow, 0.0.10, is that the... Oh, it's still experimental?
Oh.
Interesting.
Bloop, bloop, bloop. Installed.
Nice. Yeah, we had to have this recoil root, so I guess we can import that first. Import recoil root from recoil. Oh, recoil. Wow, it's... Oh, I'll see if I can get... Like, maybe I can do a setup where I split. So we kind of do the... Yeah, I can do that next time. I can use my MacBook. So that way, yeah, that would be fun. So I can like set up all, yeah, or we can use the streaming on the Mac Mini, but then we code on the MacBook or something, because we have the live session. So then it should be smoother, something like that. Anyways, oh yeah, we need the recoil root in the actual root. Recoil root. Oops. Recoil root. Okay, I guess that's good. And then we need this atom thing. And this is the thing I don't understand how they get away with. It's the explicitly setting the key. Like it's just a string. It seems so incredibly dangerous. And that's what I like about the state tree approach, because the key becomes the path in the state tree. So instead of just putting random strings there, you just put atoms in the tree and then they automatically get a unique key, because there are only unique paths in the tree, which is kind of cool.
That's interesting. You could maybe, if you wanted to, you could write a Babel plugin to derive the key from the variable name. If you assume that all the variable names are unique, but then you would, but if you would use something like, if you provide the atoms, then they have to have a unique name.
Yeah, and I guess, well, I think one of the problem is that you actually use this key manually to find the correct atom. I think, I'm not sure.
Oh, that is?
I'm not sure about that. Okay, so how did we use this thing? Was it use recoil state?
I think so, yes.
Wow, they
Ooh,
have
there
a
is a
lot
lot
of
of stuff.
yeah.
Oh, that is so interesting. There's a lot more to play with.
Yeah. Text, use recoil state, text state. And I guess.
Yeah, you can. Oh, it has to be. It has to be like use state, the text. So it's like this.
Oh yeah.
Two item
Text,
array.
set text.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's also interesting. Because in terms of global state management, it's typically been frowned upon that you're able to change the state directly from a component. That you should rather have this, like in Redux, you have like these funcs and stuff. Yeah, in MobX you have actions, and I believe UX has the same thing. So that's also like, this is what when it comes to like React and marketing, it's like they get away with stuff, like even stuff that's been, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I think it's good that they challenge like the status quo of things, but it's kind of like you have to be like Facebook to do that.
Yeah, but at the same time, I also think that for a lot of things, state management libraries like Redux are kind of overkill.
Yeah.
And this would be super nice, for example, for our Codesandbox CI dashboard. That's where we don't use any state management. We kind of use this global state, use state, and it would be perfect for something like this.
Yeah, that's a good point. Set text, and I guess we can just do something like this just to see that it works.
Oh, look, it has typing even.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh. I'm wondering if you make it in later on in default, you make it a Boolean, whether. Oh, cool. Huh? Oh, you're doing the plus. Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, I was supposed to have one there. I don't know why I had 3. I guess I'm just excited.
Just very excited.
Yeah. You know, the demo later today, you have to prepare for that. You're going to your mind is going to be blown.
Okay. How do I need to prepare?
I'm not sure.
I'll just prepare mentally.
Yes. Like you have to put some pillows around your chair in case you fall off your chair.
Okay.
There's a risk of falling off your chair.
I'm wondering here, if you change the default of the atom to like a Boolean, for example, does TypeScript complain?
Oh.
Does it infer the type from?
I have a feeling it
from
does.
the default value.
Yep.
Yeah, that is really cool.
That's
very nice.
But that's also a thing so if it's an object, like you can't you don't know kind of what, or do you? Yeah, so if it's a dictionary, or let's say an array, it's easier. So it's an array of things, but you don't know, like you get never, so you always have to do this kind of thing.
Interesting. Yeah. You could also maybe type it explicitly.
Yeah,
like,
maybe
it's
they
a variable
have,
in the end.
Like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, they have it here. That's nice. So you say this, and then
exactly. Yeah.
Then it becomes a string. That's nice.
Default also allows for a promise. That was interesting to see. It says promise string.
Oh yeah. Or it's a.
Whoa! What would that mean?
I think they have something called async selectors. Yeah.
How would it work in the? What if you do like promise.resolve hello there as the default? Would it be able to render the component?
Yeah, you mean here? Oh yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. Promise.resolve. Hello. Oops. Let's see.
Suspension. It uses. Oh, that's interesting. I have never seen this error before. App suspended while rendering, but no
Oh, so we
fallback
can do
UI was
like
specified.
suspense. Oh, this is interesting. Suspense.
It's definitely a user-friendly way of adding loaders. At least
Yeah, that's really nice.
you can have,
And then you have fallback. Is that like a component or something? Is it a function or?
Yeah, I think you could probably do a string maybe.
Loading. Probably won't see it now since it's. So where the. Oh, it's like React suspense, I guess.
Can I also get into the sandbox?
Yeah, I want me to share it.
Yeah, if you click on share, then you can probably find me.
Ives.
Oh, there are so many Iveses here. You need to do compute Ives. Yeah, exactly.
There you are.
Yeah. I want to try something. Hello.
Hello. Yeah, that's a classic security policy.
Oh. Okay, something like this.
Oh yeah.
Oh, but now it does give an error in the set text. What does it say?
Yeah, so this is not. Yeah, that's interesting because this is now a promise. So it's this is really interesting. So.
Oh wait. Oh, I need to do this still. I think I need to. Okay.
But it infers it as a. Oh, so it does say string, atom string. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I gave it a function that returns a string instead of actually running the function which returns a promise.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay.
That was the.
But no fallback UI. How do I add a fallback UI?
Maybe you need to actually render a component.
But yeah, like loading. Can I do that?
What if you hover over fall? Oh wait, I can do that too. What does it expect? It expects a React.React element. Would this work?
Oh, an actual React element. Yeah, that should work. It's supposed to be. Oh, god damn it! I hate this thing. It's supposed to be an element like that. Yeah.
Still. Oh, oh, actually, that is weird. This is the first time I'm actually.
That's weird.
I am wondering.
Yeah, we have 16. Should work there.
Really? Okay. Oh, in the example, I also see rendering.
Oh, I guess we have to. Do we have to activate it somehow? We have to render.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, enabling concurrent mode. Okay, so you need to. Oh, okay. What is concurrent mode? This is.
Oh, introducing concurrent mode. Is it concurrent mode?
No. React 16.6 added a suspense component that lets you wait for some code to load and declaratively specify a loading state like a sprinter while waiting.
How to activate it? Didn't they have like this other render thing? So you do like render root or something?
Yeah, but that's for concurrent mode. I wonder if they are.
Oh, I think you have to have concurrent mode to use suspense.
Oh, they have a Codesandbox example for suspense. So.
Oh yeah, is this create root thing? Here it is. React create root. Okay,
yeah,
I'll try that.
You're right. You are completely right.
was render, something like
Yeah.
this. Let's see how that. Wasn't it create root? React on.
Yeah, you're right. It's create roots, but most probably it's not included in this version.
Oh yeah.
So I would just go for experimental. I'm going to fix it like this.
It's a little bit annoying that you don't see it in stable release. Yeah. It would be nice if they kind of documented like how do you actually which version.
Oh, sorry. It's on the default. It's on the default.
Yeah, but that shouldn't matter.
Oh, it's prefixed now with unstable create root.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, new error? Oh no, it's the same error.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's just do the.
Wait, I have one last thing.
Okay.
Please.
I can go and set up our little state tree in the meantime. Thinking.
Me? Yeah. I am looking at examples and yeah, it's I would call it interesting. I think one thing that definitely needs to happen is that we need to move the I'm now guessing. I think we need to move this up here. Oh, it works. It works.
Oh.
So I think, yeah, it makes sense. The way that suspense works is that it throws a promise in the end, right? If the render function throws a promise, but in the render function, the suspense is rendered, then suspense is never called.
You have to have it higher up in the tree?
Yeah. The suspense should not be in the same component as the component throwing the promise.
That's weird because the documentation showed an example.
I'm not sure. Maybe they do show it somewhere, but I've been just skimming the documentation.
Yeah, like you see here, you have a profile page. They only have the suspense. Oh, but then they use the data inside. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
exactly.
And that throws the promise. So yeah,
that makes sense.
But it works. Look at it doing hello world and bloop, hello.
That's nice. That's powerful. So I'm in the tree file. I'm just building some foundation for traversing because we're going to try to have like our own definition in the tree. Like we're not going to explicitly create atoms. We are going to only pass the value or the default value, and then we're going to build an atom under the hood. where we use the path to the atom to build the actual atom. So one thing we need to do, we have to identify what are like branches in the tree and what are actual values. And this is a little bit tricky because I guess you can have like an object as a default value. So you don't really have a way to differentiate like a state tree branch and what's an atom value.
No.
Yeah, so
That
but
makes
we're
it
not
tricky.
going to think about that now. So you probably have to explicitly like have some function where you create the
Yeah.
atom, but you don't give it the key. Anyways, so if the type of value, and this is the fun thing about JavaScript, if you want to check if it's a plain object, you have to check if type of value, and if it's not an array, and the value is not equal to null. That's like, you also get other objects here, but like if you had class instances and stuff, but we don't care about that. So then we can check if the tree we have is an object. Then we want to
Go deeper.
Yeah, so we want to create tree again, but no.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we want to go through the keys of the tree, or we can just iterate it. For let key in tree, we want to say tree key equals create tree tree key.
That sounds like a Pokemon.
And then we need yeah. And then we need like the path. So this is the thing, like to keep the path down through the tree. I believe we can just do path concat key. Does that make sense?
No.
So whenever we go one level deeper, we say whatever the path is at this moment, add the key, because that's where we dive into.
Yeah, you need to keep track of where you are in the object.
Like this, like I've done a lot of tree traversal, but I've never like read into it, or so there's probably better ways to do this, more efficient ways. But yeah, okay. So if it's an object, we just want to run through it, and update it. And then if it's not an object, we actually want to create an atom there. So then we can say tree, and what we're also doing now, we're like mutating the tree, which you might say is a bad idea, but we don't care about that now. Oops.
Actually, I'm starting to become convinced that mutating is a necessary thing in many times.
Yeah, like it's much faster, at least in the current. I wondered, like, have you seen the proposal for immutability in JavaScript?
No, I haven't
to
seen
use like the hash symbol.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
I think. Yeah, I wonder how much faster it will be.
That's the kind of thing that I really like about Rust, because in Rust they allow and sometimes encourage you to do mutation. Like you need to explicitly copy things to do immutability.
Yeah.
But they have a whole safety system around it where they make sure that there are no two functions that can mutate the same object at the same time. So they try to make mutability fast instead of disabling it. And it's really interesting because you can write some really performant code in Rust and still feel pretty safe.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay. Yeah. So what I did.
Shouldn't this be? Oh no! No, never mind.
Yes, I think this is right. Like we're not like thinking about what about the dynamic nature of things, where you want to put like dynamically want to create atoms and stuff. So maybe you have like a list. I think that's how they do it in like the to-do MVC example. You you have like an array, and then you dynamically create atoms for that array, and then you use them. So we don't take that into account here either. But yeah, but now we should, like, we create a tree, and then if it's an object, we dive into it, we mutate it, and whenever it's not like an object, we return an atom, which means that it hits this thing. And then at the end, it should like return the actual tree, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think. Yes. So we can try to, maybe we can just try to import a tree first. So we don't even provide it. We just import a tree and then we try to use it. So we have our tree, and then we can like use Rico instead. Tree dot. I don't know. I guess we don't get any.
Yeah, that's something that I would love to look into, because that's something.
Yeah, but
I want to improve in.
We'll get into that. Okay. Maybe we should do that next, because that's the fun. Yeah.
It worked. Yeah. It worked,
I think.
And now it's angry. Well, create tree is angry about the implicit tree type. You would have to do something like, ooh, this is what I would really like to know how to handle this. I know it's really angry.
But we can try this now. Like, how do you create typing for this? It's really interesting. So yeah, maybe we should remove that stuff. Well, let's build on this. So n,
my work,
n represents like the what's it called, inferred thing. So the only thing we need to do is that we have to give this what's it called, not the ride, but
infer.
Huh? What's
infer
it? No, like you have oh my god, I completely forgot the term. Like when you have something that it is going to be inferred, like you call that type something. What the hell?
Generic?
Yeah, it's generic. What is it? Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah, is it a generic? I think I'm thinking of a different word, but it's a generic. So anyways, we need to extend it. So we kind of have to tell what's the shape of this thing, so that when we pass in something here, it needs to fit that shape. That's one thing. But it also allows us to continue working on that shape. So we want to like infer this n based on the shape, and then we want to go through n to change out the typing for it. So we kind of have to create like a tree type. And that tree type is like a key string, and then this can be, okay, maybe we can
anything. Really, this can be anything, really, right? Like it can be a string, an object, it can be a tree even.
Yeah,
it can be a string, a tree, a boolean.
Yeah. So
okay.
So what we typically let's just use a string now. So let's say that our tree only supports strings, because what I think we would have done here is that we would have like a symbol or something. So you wouldn't define it like this. You would kind of say value or something, and then you can use a symbol to identify what are actual branching in the tree. Maybe we should just do that right away. Yeah, let's do that. So the reason, like I talked about, we don't know which objects are actually a value of an atom and what objects are part of the tree. And the same goes for arrays. So you can do like, you can create a symbol thing. Maybe we can call it
or value.
Yeah. And then you just return it. Yes. And basically what we do here, we say that we create a symbol, atom value or something. That's a symbol. Symbol. I think we can just do it like this: atom value, and then we say that this returns that symbol. Do we say type of atom value? Yeah, and then as any. So basically, we're overriding TypeScript. So we're just saying that, well, it needs to be a value of something. Okay, we can change this because we have to know the underlying value. So we have to use like a generic here. And then we kind of have to say, how do you do this? Yeah, it doesn't matter. We can just do this, I think. Yeah. And then not type of, but the actual thing. Oh, and then this is a type, of course. I think we can just do something like this.
Then I can also do this, probably.
I think we can do this.
Nice. A lot of generics. It's starting to look beautifully complicated.
Well, I think we also have to
you need a way to mark.
yes.
You need a way to mark that it's a value, right? So doesn't it have to return like an object, or do you need to put something on the value returned?
Yeah, but that's what we're doing here. We're overriding. So it doesn't matter what we return here. We explicitly say this is what you return. So that's why I said as any. I don't think this thing works because we kind of have to. Now we're basically just saying you're returning what you pass in. But I wonder if it's able to identify it, and then we can infer. Let's just try it.
You could also say that it returns recoil state, maybe.
Yeah.
We used like.
Yeah, we can do that. And then as any. Yeah, that's a good thing. Because then we say that this needs to be like recoil state any. And that's something we can check. Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. So now we're running through the tree. What's it complaining about? Is it? Oh, it's just typing. Oh yeah. Okay, so we have our tree here, and then we have. Yeah. So the thing is, we don't really care about. Well, this is the thing. We're going to ignore all this stuff because this is never going to work. And we don't care. The only thing we care about is this thing.
We don't care?
Yeah, we don't care. Yeah, like implementation, like doing this type conversion, it doesn't, like it's impossible to type it correctly in the implementation. So you kind of just go at the start. This is the thing you pass in. This is the thing we're going to return. And then you just implement the conversion without caring about TypeScript. That's how I do it. Because you just get into problems and sometimes it just doesn't work. But yeah, so what we want to do, we want to convert this into, well, do we? Maybe this is enough? Well, couldn't we just say atom?
What do you mean with atom?
That's the thing that this thing returns. Oh, it's recoil state, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, but it can be, it can either be recoil state or it can be a new tree. That's
exactly.
The thing.
Yeah. Agree.
Yes. And then, yeah, maybe that's.
Wow, it works.
Yeah.
It does work. Like in app, you can also see that it's detecting that it's a text.
Exactly. Yeah, maybe that's all that it needs to do. I'm thinking about arrays and stuff, but yeah, this is certainly good enough. So maybe we can just oh, where did my mouse go? because what you really, so you want
It even
to...
works. Wow. It also works nested.
Yeah.
Nestedly. Does it complain when I don't nest it? Yes, it does. Cool.
And I guess
Impressed.
well, we need like a, let's see, context react create context, and this is also a hellish to import react from react, is that you're kind of, what you want to do here, like you don't have the value yet, so you kind of have to say it's a tree or it's null, right? And then you give it null, because what you're going to do is you're going to use the provider to actually set the value. The problem now this context is typed as tree or null. So every time you use it in a component, you have to check if it's actually there. So you want to do this, but then the initial value doesn't work. So you kind of, this is one of those quirks with just dealing with TypeScript.
Yeah, because what I'm wondering, this is also why I prefer to pass props explicitly into a component rather than getting it from the state, because then if you have strict null checks enabled, then you won't have to check whether it's not null. Like in some cases, in some places in the component tree, you know that some value is there.
Mm-hmm.
But the global state can say that it can be undefined because probably at some point it was undefined. But then a parent component can do a check on it and not render its children. Yeah, that's why I do like passing props in explicitly, although it does, tricky.
Yeah. Let's see. I had to change to a TSX file. So we create a provider and then we create like our own use state. And what's kind of cool about this is that we can say that you can give the callback so that you can grab the atoms from the tree.
Yep.
So we say tree, and now we're explicitly typing it, but we could, and then this needs to be like another generic. Yeah, it's generic. I have no idea why I thought about some other word. But anyway, so we're just saying we're giving you the tree, and whatever you return from it is whatever you return from it. So basically, we just say return, and maybe we can make it optional. Like you would, or would you ever have? No, you have to use the callback, I think. So we give you the tree, we return it, and then if we were to do, we have to provide it. So import provider from tree.
Another provider added to the list.
Yes. So we have a recoil root. We have our provider, which should take the tree that we created. Provider, where's our tree? It's here. Cool. And then we want to use state instead. Oh, and then, sorry, we have to, in our tree, we have to do this. Because that's what we're actually using.
But
that's what sets up the subscriptions and everything.
Yep, makes sense. Oh, but that's interesting.
And I think we can say extends recoil state here to make it happy. Yeah. So like what you return has to be recoil state, which makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So we can just say use state and then tree. We should have.
Do you have typing?
Yeah, I think so, but I think it's like super slow because of my computer being super slow.
I can try. No, we don't.
Oh, sorry. I
Because
gave it
use
a...
state hasn't been implemented.
Yeah, we have to... Let's see. We have to say type of tree here. Now I said it's the generic
exactly.
thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's the context, and then we need to do the same here, type of tree. So what you would rather do here is like you would kind of create... why is this complaining? Oh, tree is referenced directly or indirectly.
In its own type annotation. Right, so use state O extends, but why don't you give it type of tree? Just give it.
We have to tell it that it's the actual tree we defined.
Yeah, I see.
But this is the biggest problem. It's because we have I think it's because we have this part. I don't quite remember how you fix that. Every time I do this, I get stuck on this part because it references itself. Oh, by the way, we need to let's see. Oh, sorry, we're doing this the wrong way. We are doing this the wrong way. No, sorry, that's the right way. But the tree actually comes from use context. React use context. That's where the tree comes from. But how would we... I think we have to, if I remember this correctly, you have to do this no matter. You have to like create the use state. Because
then you can pass it.
Yeah, so then we can say like you have to give it some tree, and then we return. Then we actually return the thing. So what this does is basically just giving the t. I'm not sure if this fixes it though, but it should be this way because now we
should be type of t.
Oh yeah. Here you
mean? Oh no, oh wait, no, it's...
Oh no, it should be t, yeah, because it's the actual type.
Oh.
Yeah, but as any, we don't care about this. I think
like this.
No, you don't pass. You just because we pass in the type on the provider. So we say type of tree.
Yeah, makes sense.
But there's something wrong here. I think I don't think we're returning the correct value. So what we really want here is, I think we can do this. Let's see. So we have our U.
Oh, nice. Another one. How many characters are there in the alphabet?
Let's call it CB. Can we do this? And then we say this is CB. And then what we're returning is a return type of CB. I'm not sure if this works.
This sounds interesting.
As any. We just as any all the things.
Hello.
Yeah, as any.
Oh, it's actually... Oh, it gets confusing. Oh, no.
Does it work?
It's not assignable to O.
Yeah, we got it. Hello?
No, but yeah, it works. But if you do hello, if you do nice Christian, then it says recoil state string is not assignable to type O.
Oh. Oh, yeah, sorry. I think we can do this. We can just have any there. And then
any.
Because a return type here infers the return type of the... well, no, not any, but recoil state any. And then I think it
Yeah,
infers it. I think.
it's complaining for me about recoil state string is not an array type.
Oh, it's any. That sucks. Okay,
Wait,
but what we can do here is
wait. It isn't any for me. It's returning recoil state, but now if you return recoil state, it expects that you also need to use recoil state around it. Now it would work, but in types it would work. So it isn't returning recoil state, but rather the return value of what you would call
exactly setter or updater. This is the thing we need.
Yeah, maybe return type use recoil states or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so here we need to go and grab. So this, okay, this is interesting. So this is another trick we can do. We can say like if CB extends 3T recoil state, and then we can infer the value from it.
Yeah. And then you have a new generic that you can use.
Yes, and then we say never because it should always be, let's say, setter or updater, and then we can use, this is a U. Yes, you do that.
We were doing the same thing. Oh, cool. Nice. It's now a string and set. Oh, you are a master in this. I am impressed. This is really cool.
Yeah. Well, I was about to overcomplicate it, so you did the work on the just using recoil state as the type. But yeah, this is really cool because now you can like simplify it, and then you rather use this like it should probably be named something else than value. But then you can just go and build up like a state tree. The big question is like dynamic stuff. But what you can do here, you can say like, okay, so I want a list of something. So you have that list. And then instead of inferring all of this, you can say type tree. Oh, I shouldn't use that again.
Tree?
My tree. So if we okay, hello is a string or recoil state.
But yeah,
so this is interesting. Yeah, we can take this another level. So let's say I want to type my tree first. Yeah, but we can actually, oh, anyways. So hello should be a string. Well, I guess we don't have time for that. Let's just use the recoil state for now. So what I mean, we could like allow you to type it as plain values. And then when you give that type to the tree, then it would convert it into actual recoil state values. So when you type your tree, you don't think about recoil. You just type it as the values they are. And then the typing gets like wrapped with recoil state here.
I see. But yeah, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, that makes sense. But I'd rather have like a single source of truth for all types.
Yeah, so like what you could do here, like instead of doing this.
Because if you wanted to add a value, then you needed to do it twice. You needed to add it to the type and then to the.
Yeah, so we can.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
We can do like this. It's going to be recoil state.
Oh, sorry, I made you move.
Oh, no worries. I don't think you need to, you don't actually need to use it as a value because this isn't a recoil state in itself.
Oh, you wanted to put recoil states in here. Yeah, I was seeing it as well, like a recoil state that contains an array.
So we just have to allow arrays here, I think. So we would have like any, or it should be recoil state, something. So by doing this, I'm not sure why it complains. Unexpected token. Oh. Why does it say unexpected token?
Yeah, that is weird. I think it's stuck for you or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, yeah, it's stuck for you. I think the bundler, the preview, you need to refresh the preview.
Oh yeah, because the error is, yeah, there we go. Just had to save it.
That's something that we should look into.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's a little bit, yeah, some of the errors in the editor are related to what previously happened in the preview. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Cool. Yeah, so now you should be able to like dynamically add an atom there.
Mm-hmm.
And then like you can just start using that. So you can iterate through it and it creates a subscription to each. Yeah. But then I guess we also need to like you can either have or array of recoil state. And I guess you can also have like a map of recoil state.
But that is tree, right? Or do you mean like a literal map?
Yeah, no,
like,
I meant, yeah, but that's like a, as you say, it that would be like a branch in the tree.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't be able to like, yeah, how does that work? So if you were to return, yeah, so we could basically check here. If it's like an array, we would like do a use recoil state around all of them. Like, I don't know how you deal with arrays of atoms in, oh, god damn it.
To me, it still feels like an array of atoms is something that no one. When would you use an array of atoms?
Good question. Yeah, maybe we should just keep this one for an actual use case.
But I do see a value. I do see the value of having like an atom of an array. That's like
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
a list of users, for example.
but I guess that's maybe that's a thing in recoil that you can have like what's it called, atoms of atoms.
Yeah.
But then again, that would be kind of weird because then in the component you will kind of use recoil state on that atom, and then would you then go, how would you then use recoil state on a dynamic array? Because use like hooks needs to be consistent. So if you were to like grab a list of something here and then for each that and use recoil state, then like you would do a, like whenever that list changes, you would do a different number of use recoil state, and then React starts complaining.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't see that you would use recoil state within an array. I would rather see that you would use recoil state on an array.
Okay, and then not okay.
Like,
so and just have data within the array, like not other atoms.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah.
These kind of things.
Yeah. Yeah. But that was fun. Is it like running again? I removed some stuff.
To me, it works.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah, it works. It works.
Even if you click on Hello Christian and it adds the.
Yeah, the thing is.
That's pretty cool, and it can also go deeper. I think if I do nice Christian, and yeah, also works.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Really cool.
Yeah, so that's like you kind of get like, so what do you get here? What you get is you don't have to insert these unique keys. It's taken care of by the state tree. And then you actually get a single entity you can provide to your app with typing lookup, which is really nice. Yeah.
Maybe that's what also is one interesting advantage of recoil. Like maybe they gave you the primitives to build something like this around it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it does allow you to create something like this if you want a bit more structure. But if you don't need the structure, then you can just use recoil value atoms directly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a good point. But yeah, there are still like a bunch of questions here. Like there were tons of different other hooks. Like what were they all about? Maybe like now we've hard coded it to use recoil state. Maybe you needed to use other things.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
yeah, but
I also find it pretty cool that they have suspense built in.
Yeah, they don't really have it built in. It's just a promise.
They throw a promise.
Yeah. So it returns. How does this work? It returns. I don't remember how it works, but they throw a promise. Yeah, I guess you could say it's built in. What was the API for it again? Use. Or was it? Did we just use state? Use recoil state.
Yeah. You can return a promise or the value itself, the type of the value itself.
Yeah.
You can even probably do set text and then make that a promise. Wait, can I try that? Async function. It does this. It does this. It does this. Okay, and then it does.
Oh yeah, because it's the So what they do is that's what they do. If I remember this correctly, the way this works is that the use recoil state hook. It has some internal state related to the state of the value it's going to return. So if the state of the value is that it's not resolved yet, it throws a promise. And then when the value is ready, it resolves that thrown promise. So you can imagine that what happens in the hook is that it throws the promise up to the suspense, and then the suspense grabs it and starts waiting for it to resolve. And then the hook resolves it, and then the suspense then re-renders. And when the hook runs again, the value is now resolved, and it just continues.
Yeah, makes sense. It seems like the updater doesn't allow for us to give a promise. I'm not sure. I need to.
Or you have to call it again, async. But you can also express it like if you do. Oh, sorry.
No, you go.
If you do like from resolve, like you can do. Oh shit! What happened?
I'm not sure.
Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, this is clean.
I think you can do it like this instead.
Still, seems complicated about not wanting. Oh, you need to add the extra. That one.
Oh, I guess it just
still seems. Yeah, it seems like it doesn't want to promise. At least the typing is angry.
Yeah, because I think you have to like. The reason you have. So yeah, I guess you can say that this value. Oh yeah, because you want to kind of trigger a new promise there. Yeah, that's really interesting. Like, if you define it as a promise, does it mean that the value only resolves once? Or should you be able to set a new promise there?
Yeah.
I guess at least the typing says that you can only resolve once, and then you can change that value synchronously.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, they have a lot of interesting stuff. They also have like that you can listen to transactions. So they have use transaction observation, and that allows you to persist state changes or states to storage, like local storage, URL, async storage.
Yeah.
Restoring state.
Interesting.
I have to leave. I have to go.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, we actually produced something, so that was nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see what people say about this, if it's interesting, and then we can have other small scoped endeavors.
Yeah, I learned a lot about typing in this one. Generics.
Yup. Cool. I guess I'll see you in stand-up.
Yeah. See you in half an hour.
Word.